So today I did say that I'll be exploring or discussing on supporting children, pupils, students with dyslexia, with their reading and other academic tasks. I may not be able to cover everything. It's not exhaustive, but I'll do my best and discuss what I've got in details. So, how can such pupils with dyslexia be given maximum support? So, to start with, pupils or students should be tested by an official assessor for dyslexia. I'll repeat that again. Pupils or students should be tested by an official assessor for dyslexia. Dyslexic pupils vary with their needs. So, every dyslexic pupil or student will vary in their need or requirement when it comes to reading or other academic or all-around education requirements. Dyslexia also affects such pupils in other aspects of life, for example, in understanding instructions, and again, for example, in games or other instructions. Such pupils report that the word may jump around on a page in front of their eyes. They become very tired due to this. So such a condition affects dyslexic pupils or students, and this makes them very tired or feel tired. They may struggle to complete tasks. And therefore they will require maximum support, maximum and utmost support in order to reach to their fullest potentials in all their round education. Dyslexia does primarily affect reading and spelling, but other affected areas include verbal memory and verbal processing speed. Other problems may concur with such problems, and other areas could be on numbers, problem with numbers, coordination, concentration, and organization, but they are not in themselves indicative of dyslexia. Dyslexia occurs across the age and ability range. Dyslexia affects the areas of the brain associated with language processing. Inevitably, dyslexia can cause incredible frustrations in such pupils or students or young people with their reading, with their academic tasks, and other all-around education. Therefore, they will need utmost support. Looking into further support that such pupils could be given when it comes to printing and layout of text, use of white paper and screen backgrounds on the interactive whiteboard. Ideally, use a minimum of 14-point type in written text. So different font can confuse the student or can make it be difficult for them, especially if it's less than 14 in size. So ideally, the font size should be above 14. If you are reducing a page of a book down so it fits onto one worksheet, blow it up or at least keep it in the same size for the dyslexic pupils. Pre-teach new vocabularies to the dyslexic pupils, students or young people. Break down large bodies of text up to bullet points, numberings, and subheadings, etc. Avoid use of underlining and italic to highlight key points, but instead use different colors. I'll repeat that. Avoid the use of underlining and italic to highlight key points, but instead use bold or different colors. Encourage them to record ideas, present information in different ways, such as diagrams, drawings, mind map, flow diagrams, video and voice recordings, etc. Make learning as multisensory as possible. Encourage the use of speaking and listening skills, as research shows that this in turn helps the development of reading and writing skills. I'll repeat that. Encourage the use of speaking and listening skills, as research shows that this in turn helps the development of reading and writing skills. Break down instructions into small, understandable chunks. Break down instructions into easily understandable chunks. Where possible, encourage pupils with dyslexia to use a laptop. They can then use a laptop in the examination, writing assignments or assessment where possible. So when it comes to helping the young people, student pupils who are dyslexic or with dyslexia, if possible, encourage them to use a laptop, and they can even use that laptop when it comes to writing their assessment, assignment, or even examination where possible. Write down the homework for the pupils and remember to check that they understood the homework or assignments or a task that they have to complete. Pair them up with a more able reader or student or pupil. This support can significantly reduce the anxiety the dyslexic readers or pupil or student experience, but monitor the relationship carefully. They must not become dependent on other able students. That means the students or young people with dyslexia, they can be paired with more able students to support them. But that relationship should be monitored so that they don't become too dependent on these other pupils or take too much of this able student time. Because the more able students also need to spend their time wisely catching up with their work. Computer screens. You can buy anti-glare products which will help when a dyslexic pupil or student or young people is using a computer. Some pupils need overlays which are colored to suit each dyslexic pupil, and they place over the font in a book to help with reading. I'll repeat that. Some pupils need overlays which are colored to suit each dyslexic pupil, and they place over the font in a book to help with reading. Some pupils or students or young people who are for dyslexia use highlighters, different color for a different theme, so that their eyes can be drawn back to the theme. Some pupils use highlighters, different color for a different theme, so that their eyes can be drawn back to the theme. Dyslexic pupils or students or young people proceeds in life and become artists, inventors, entrepreneurs, writers, politicians, teachers, IT professionals, and they reach to their fullest potentials with maximum support according to their need or requirement. They can do it, and they do it with utmost and appropriate support. They too reach to their fullest potentials in life. They too achieve their vision, dreams, and goals. They too reach to their fullest educational potentials when given the right and required support.